Hi and welcome to Everyday Vlogging with Rich Pasini. Today is March 11, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It's greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and you come back for more. Today I want to do the reseller news. I got quite a few windows open up, so without further ado, let's jump right to it. Okay, the first window we got open up is from e-commerce bytes, and let me give you the URL. It's www.ecommercebytes.com. And this story came out March 10th, 2019. There's been a lot of controversy over this goods will cancel thing with sellers. I've been seeing it a lot on e-commerce bytes. They keep talking a lot about it. And it's just, one of these topics that just can't seem to go away. But anyway, it goes on to say here, eBay does a poor job of selling goods will cancel mandate to sellers. It goes over here, sellers waited on the eBay policy to change all fixed price listings, goods are canceled, and the results indicate that eBay did a poor job explaining the benefits of the goods to cancel, goods to cancel mandate to sellers. E-commerce bytes conducted a survey between Monday, March 2nd and Wednesday, March 6th. The following are some of the highlights and the surveys results. 72% of the respondents said that there was a bad change. 88% of the respondents said eBay's implementation of the policy was not based on wants and needs of their sellers. 37% said they would pay more in fees as a result. 59% said it was a result in more work for them. 69% said it would take some time, some form of action once the policy takes effect. And then it goes on to say the last part here. I'm not going to read the whole thing. And explaining why eBay was forcing all fixed price listings and goods will cancel, where sellers pay fees every 30 days, where their listings automatically renew, eBay wrote. Okay, then it goes on to say here, I'm just going to read this part here because I didn't really I'll end up reading the whole story. It says today over 8% of fixed price listings on eBay are goods are canceled. Because they have a longer duration, goods will cancel listings potentially have a greater exposure to buyers and may be more likely to sell. Among the other benefits of goods are canceled, listings cited by eBay was improved SEO. Well, that's what we're going to talk. That's what people always talk about, the SEO, search engine optimization. I don't know. I think a lot of that there is a lot of malarkey. My personal take on it, I don't know. I've done a lot of things that eBay had said in order to generate sales, and it didn't seem to work for me. Some of the tactics they told me to use, and even from other sellers, I didn't see any. I didn't really find any resolution in what they talk about. But there are other people out there that may beg to differ. Anyway, you can read the rest of this story here. Anything with the highlighted with blue here, these are all active hyperlinks, so you can check it out. I'm not going to get into it, folks. You can read it for yourself. You know the URL, and the rest, just to give you guys a heads up, is going to be all from e-commerce bytes. So I'm going to bump out them one by one, and hope we're going to close this reseller news out. Okay. It says over here, this one is, the URL. This one can, again, March 10th, 2019. Can Amazon catalog withstand ASIN hijackers? Amazon's robust product catalog and customer product reviews were major factors in its meteoric rise. Both in system remain under attack by sellers trying to game the system. There have been many articles about the vulnerability of Amazon's product reviews to the manipulation by unscrupulous actors trying to get into a competitive edge, but less attention is being paid to the problem of hijacked ASINs that impact the quality of the catalog. Now, for those of you out there who are Amazon sellers, you may want to look into this, see a little more. You might want to read up on it. I do have an active, I am a registered seller for Amazon, although I am not having listings at the present time on them, although I really should be checking into that as well because I am now on eBay and Bonanza, and I'm also on Poshmark too. So I think I'm going to join, eventually set up with that as well on Amazon. The only thing I don't like too much about Amazon is the fees. That's the only thing that really drives me crazy, the fees there. And let alone you got to get approval on certain items that you want to list on there. But anyway, for those who are, diehard Amazon fans or whatever, or sellers, you might want to read up on this here. Let's move right along. This one came out, same thing, March 10th, 2019. Senator wants to protect small businesses from Amazon. It goes on to say how big how big is too big in e-commerce? A lawmaker in the U.S. echoed the concern growing in Europe that the small number of high-tech firms, including Amazon, are wielding too much power. And on Friday, the senator called for legislation to break up those companies. The concern is not new, and as recently as December, Germany's competition watchdog opened up an investigation into Amazon to examine whether it was abusing the market position to the detriment of sellers active on its marketplace. Okay, I'm not going to read too much into it. Again, like I said, for those who are Amazon sellers, you might want to read up on this here. I think it's good information you might want to check into. So let's move right along. Seller reports this same date, March 10th, 2019. Seller reports eBay is incorrectly handling sales tax for PA. Uh-oh, not good. Dear Ina, someone wrote into Ina Steiner. She's the owner of e-commerce Bytes. Dear Ina, I don't know whether anybody has reported this issue to you yet, but there is an eBay site issue that I reported this morning with regard to the proper collection of sales tax. I reside in Pennsylvania, so I'm required to collect PA sales tax on all sales of customers who reside in PA. I made rather a substantial sale this morning to a Pennsylvania customer, only to find that the PA sales tax has not been charged on the sale. Ooh, that's no good. I was confounded by this error as my preference for collecting sales tax have not changed in years. Consequently, I went into the listing and found that the charge sales tax box was unchecked in the listing. This box was checked at the time of the listing was created on InkFrog. And as I said earlier, my eBay preferences are set to collect PA sales tax. Well, again, I'm not going to expand too much on this, folks. You could check this out. I have everything right now. Like I said, I have mine set for New York sales tax, and I've been getting, well, whenever I make sales, that's what I've been doing. I have a separate folder for all the New York State sales tax I collect off of eBay, and I put them in that folder, and when the time comes, I will pay my taxes on those sales. Now, for those who are experiencing a problem like that, especially if you're in the state of Pennsylvania, you might want to check out and make sure you got all your listings correct with the PA. The PA sales tax thing. You want to make sure that's checked off. And if it is being checked off when you do make your listings, and you notice that there after you refresh the screen, and you go back and you see it's unchecked, make them aware of it, like this person's doing over here, and see what happens there, because that's going to pose a problem for you guys, especially if you're a Pennsylvania resident too. So be careful with that, folks. All right, let's move right along. Okay, Seller. This one came out March 7, 2019. If you notice me always kicking the dates out there, folks, it's because I want you to know it's not old news, okay? So that's why I keep doing that there, keep telling you the dates. This one here came out, right, we know the date. Seller gets tagged with no protection from eBay. Somebody wrote into Ina. Here we go. Dear Ina, I received I received a return on eBay that had tags removed. Under the old policy, the return would have been void because the item was not returned in original condition. Example, the tags have been removed. I was informed by the new streamlined returns that it's no longer the case. The only way I can protect myself is to offer free returns for the buyer's remorse. That stinks. The customer rep informed me that it was tough luck. What? No. It was tough luck I was having, but I really should consider free returns. Nothing like getting $70 sweatshirt back. Now you can only resell it for being, it says over here, you get a sweatshirt back, and now, that you can't now resell and being told to pay for the buyers. That really irks me. That's why I don't really like that policy, to be honest with you. I really don't like it because you know what? The buyer has nothing to lose. If they buy something when you offer the free returns, the buyer comes out ahead of the game here. I really hate that policy. But anyway, let's not expand too much on it. It goes on to say here, note, I still only would have been able to discount the price by up to 50%. So even paying for the returns, I would still be out of the transaction. What a shame. I'm so baffled by all this, and I can't believe that it's now okay to return items in any condition if the seller does not want to pay for the returns or buyer remorse. I sell mostly low value items and may include free shipping, so paying for returns is a model that just doesn't work for me. I tell you, folks, I'm not really crazy with the way eBay's restructuring that part there. And as far as like selling and yeah, I don't care what anybody tells me. They make it sound like they're all out for the seller, but as far as I'm concerned, they do cater to the buyers for whatever reason. The poor sellers, as me too. That's what I sell exclusively right now on eBay, and I feel that we're being jaded by all this here. And the thing is, there's really nothing you could do about it. I mean, you could complain, rant, complain, stomp your feet and everything. And, basically they'll tell you, hey, you don't like the platform, you don't like the rules and regulations, adios, go, take off. They don't care. They're not going to worry about people if they bump off, because you got to figure how many people are going to get into the system. So you have people sit there saying, I'm going to close my account with eBay and go elsewhere. It doesn't matter, because the more, as much as the people close their accounts, whatever, there are people out there that'll sign up for eBay anyway, so it doesn't really matter. The ratios ain't going to be too bad as far as that part goes. But hey, what can I say? I feel bad. I mean, my remorse goes to the sellers as far as I'm concerned, not to the buyers. Let's move right along here. This one over here says the launch of swappable ads on Google Images. This came out March 10, 2019. Google said said in a recent study, said its search site is the first place U.S. shoppers visit to find new products or to take advantage of that behavior. It's working to make Google Images shoppable. Oh, that's nice. Connecting you to the visual shoppers with new ad formats and Google Images. A recent study shows that Google is the first place in U.S. shoppers go to discover, find a new brand or product. But the shoppers aren't just doing their searches on Google.com. We've seen 50% of online shoppers said the images on a product inspired the item to purchase and increasingly they're turning to Google Images. All right, well, that's cool. I mean, I never really did it that way. I mean, if I'm curious about something, or if I do look up something for Google, for example, I was looking for a toaster because the one we had, it went bad. I was looking for a toaster, so I put in there, who sells cheap toasters? Well, for those who know me, I'm a very frugal and conservative person. And they came up, I did a Google search, and it came up with Walmart and some other store, I forget offhand. But Walmart's the one, that's pretty much my favorite go-to store. So, yeah, you could say the Google search helped out in that respect there. I do use Google number one. That is my number one search engine, let alone YouTube is number two. That's what I was told by a lot of people. I don't know. What do you guys think about all this here? If you want to make a comment on it, please drop it in the comment below. Let's move right along. Okay, software marketplace jointly liable for New York sales tax collection. Okay, this came out March 10th. I didn't get a chance to read this one here, and being a native New Yorker, it's something to look into. So it says a reader forward us an advisory opinion of the New York State Department of Taxation and Finance on an issue of sales tax collection. The operator of an online marketplace asked the state about the responsibilities when it comes to sales tax collection. A summary. Department of Taxation and Finance received a petition advisory opinion that redacted. Petitioner asked whether it was a result of operating online marketplace in which it facilitates taxable sales by independent software vendors, ISVS. It qualifies as a vendor for sales tax purposes, and the consequence for such state would be. Okay. We concluded that assuming that the petitioner has sufficient nexus with the state of New York and as ISV qualifies as a vendor for sales tax purposes. And then it goes on to say it is within the discretion of the Commissioner of the Taxation and Finance to treat the petitioner as a vendor based on such activities, in which case petitioner would be jointly liable with the ISV collect sales tax and must assume the responsibility as a vendor. It would help if we identify the petitioner to know which other companies might similarly impacted. And then it goes, a cynic might say, if you ask a tax collector if you are responsible for paying the taxes, and the answer would be always yes. Of course. Well, that stands to reason. But I like to read this. Let me read this here really quick. Yeah, I like to read some of the comments. It's only one. It says New York going bankrupt and grasping for anyone that it could squeeze. Oh my God! Thanks to the Supreme Court for siding with the insane states of tax collection. May New York and other states start learning how to run their economies correctly, and they won't be in such dire situations. I have no sympathy for a state skyrockets its taxes and unfairly impedes on its own economy. Yeah, that's true. Living in New York is not cheap, I have to be honest with you. And with that, folks, I'm going to call it quits over here. And let me get out of here really quick here, because I did say I want to keep this reseller news short. And I think I did. I don't know. I'm hoping it's under 15 minutes, or maybe 15, maybe a little over. I think what it makes it go over is when I expand after the I do the news. Anyway, I just want to say really quick, folks, for those who do, check out my channel. This YouTube channel is all about, helping you people out, inspiring and sharing information. I like to say again, it's a YouTube channel about everything. It's a very diversified channel. I talk about different topics and different things. It's not one specific thing. As a matter of fact, I just want to share this really quick. I had the eBay Top Rated Sellers group. I closed the group, and I thought about it for a while, and then I reinitiated it again, started up again. Well, when you close it, it always stays there. It's like an dormant state. It just says group closed, closed group, whatever. And the reason why I did that, folks, is because I noticed a lot of people are putting topics in my group, putting all these different things there about things that not even related to eBay selling. And I already, basically pre-warned the members of that group that going forward, I'm going to be censoring the activities of the topics and posts that people put in there, because they're putting everything and anything but that relates to e-commerce. Okay. So for me, like I said again, I don't mind people joining the group. I would love to welcome everybody in there. But the thing is, if you're going to join that group, I'm just throwing this little segue out there in case you come across it, or if you want to. It's called the eBay Top Rated Sellers group. If you are going to join, please keep it eBay related or e-commerce related. You could be an Amazon seller, Etsy, Poshmark, whatever. Potsy, remember that from Happy Days? Anyway, a Poshmark seller, whatever. No matter whatever seller platform you're on, that's okay. I don't care. You can join it, okay? You don't have to be an eBay top-rated seller. That's just the name of the group I came up with. And, well, I guess because when I became a top-rated seller, I figured, hey, why not start a Facebook group? There's a lot of other groups like that, basically, and it's the same like mine. But the only thing is, though, again, if you're going to join, please, keep it e-commerce related. Let's put it to you that way. All right. But that's the only thing going on right now as far as that part goes. In regards to reseller news, folks, I do it. That reseller news is always going to be a steady format. It's always going to basically deal with the same companies I talk about, e-commerce bites. There's also another one with TameBay as well. So if you guys want to check out, my reseller news, please do. I'd love to have you guys, check it out. I try to keep up to date with the stuff here. Sometimes it's pretty hard to do that, and I do apologize for that, but I'm doing the best I can, folks. I really am. I'm doing the best I can. So with that in mind, rather than rattling on, if you do like my videos and you do get a takeaway from it, which is very important to me, I hope you do get some knowledge from it and you do get a takeaway from it, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be notified as to when I post new videos, hit that bell notification icon. This is Rich Pasini signing off. Until next time, bye-bye.